get to the cinema or go to the theater to watch a play, and you may be wondering why I'm asking you, and of course you're going to find out later. It's a special Friday. We are coming to the end. We are closing the month of July, and that also shows that we are soon ending the year 2019, and mostly we would like to know exactly, have you managed to achieve most of the goals that you said you wrote down at the beginning of the year? Now, today, we talk sexual violence, particularly sexual harassment and rape. We do realize that it continues to eat up our communities despite measures taken against the vice by different stakeholders. Now, if I may put this into context, according to the 2016 Uganda Demographic and Health Survey, up to 22% of women aged 15 to 49 in Uganda had experienced some form of sexual violence. The report also revealed that annually 13% of women aged 15 to 49 report experiencing sexual violence. Now, this translates to more than 1 million women exposed to sexual violence, imagine, every year in Uganda. Over time, different strategies have been put in place to address this issue, and of course among these is the use of theatre to fight sexual harassment and rape. So this beautiful Friday morning, we talked to two talented people, and one of them is Elisa Gutu, all the way from Zimbabwe, and we also have the producer of the show of this particular play called he's called Andrew Sebagala, who's the producer, and we're excited to have you in our studios this morning. Welcome to Morning at NTV.
Thank you so much.
First of all, you're really smart.
Thank you.
I'm hoping before we do anything, I can get myself one of these beautiful pieces. So welcome to Morning at NTV.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having
When we talk about theatre plays, someone could be confused about it. What exactly do we mean?
Okay, I'll take that one. So the difference between theatre and a movie is that theatre is actually played on the stage. It's live. It's a live performance. But then when it comes to a movie, it's something that's done like behind the camera. It's recorded and then edited later, and then you just see it on TV with all the scenes put together. But on stage, it's like everything happens live from the first scene to the last scene.
Okay.
So that's the difference between movie.
So you're using theatre plays to
Yes.
address issues to do with sexual violence and rape. But before we even get to how you use theatre to address rape and sexual violence, what is sexual harassment? You know, so many people in different places will say, I was sexually harassed. I was raped, but sometimes the difference is not clear. When someone says they have been sexually harassed, what do they mean?
Okay, fine. Maybe Lisa would begin with that because she's acting in this play, and we are dealing with this very issue. Okay, Lisa.
Okay, yeah. So my main idea on sexual harassment, like for the very longest of time, people think like when you're just physically sexually attacked or when you're raped, that's when you're sexually harassed. But there's so many types of sexual harassment, like there's visual, there's verbal, but people just sort of, they contextualize themselves with like physical sexual harassment, but there are so many types, like the fact if someone just like ogles at you for a very long time, that makes you uncomfortable.
Oh, if someone looks at me, oh my God, I have been sexually harassed.
Like that's a visual sexual harassment.
Don't laugh.
That's like visual sexual harassment, and then verbal when the catcalling, you know, like every woman I'm sure have experienced like catcalling in some form, like when you're just walking and somebody just say, nice that, or something, I would like to do something like that. That's actually sexual harassment. And I feel like it starts from there, from the visual to the verbal and then to the physical harassment. So I think that there should be sort of like a fine, thin line that really advocates to men or women. Could you like really stop that? And also I think sexual harassment happens on both sides, not just men, but also females as well.
So why are you choosing theatre plays, you know, to address sexual harassment? There's a play that they are currently showing, and of course we'll dive into the details of that play later. But I would like to understand why choose theatre plays to address such an issue and not cinemas, because we currently can tell people are moving towards the cinema. But why use theatre plays to address such an issue?
Okay.
Well, unlike in like movies or anything, with theater we have like talkback sessions after the play. Like people, the audience, they get to give in their views, how
the feedback.
Exactly, the feedback. So it's like really on spot at that. It's live and at that moment. Unlike when people see a movie, they go home, probably talk about it later. Unlike when just after the people are still in the feeling, people still in the moment, and there are definitely like great ideas that definitely come from that when it comes to like theater.
So people
I think for us at Silent Voices Uganda, which is the production house that is producing Niqabi Ninja, this is not the first time that we producing plays that deal with issues. It is within our strategic plan and our desire to use theater to talk about issues that many people do not want to talk about.
Yes.
Maybe 2 years ago we were here to talk about exploitation in the church, where we produced a play known as God, okay, also written by our very own Judith Adong. And then we talked about silent voices, the voices that are silent, and that's why our motto is we give voice. Okay. So we go into those issues that many people, many artists will not dare to get into. We always come and sing about love. We sing about issues that are very simplistic. So we decided to go and deal with issues that are rarely that people will not dare talk about. Okay. So an issue like a sexual harassment is one of such. So this year we chose on this topic because many women are suffering silently and we are the perpetrators many a time, we're the men, and at times even we don't know. Okay, so to me, watching this play Niqabi Ninja and the subject matter that the playwright is dealing with is strong. Okay. So we think theater is a powerful tool that we need to use. I know many people have run away from theater because of the quality, because of the issues which were like very simplistic. We come and we talk about love, come and we talk about... So
it sort of got boring for them.
Perfect, because it became a cliche. It became something that you would know, okay, this is what happens. But now people are coming back, one, because of the high quality that we have put into the production. Okay. Bringing an actress all the way from Zimbabwe is not, is not a joke. It means we are serious about theater and we want to give you value for your money. We want to give you value for your time.
Let us now get to the attention of everyone that is watching Morning at NTV. This is Niqabi Ninja. I want to first of all understand why the title. What inspired this exactly?
The title?
Yes.
Okay. We are not the playwrights, so first and foremost, we shall give a disclaimer. The title is the business of the playwright. Okay. The playwright is an Egyptian playwright, a renowned and award-winning playwright known as Sarah Sarawi. But now maybe the ninja can say something about it because she's the ninja there. Maybe she has a feel as to why we have Niqabi Ninja.
Well, I wouldn't really know, but based on the script as well, there are some real events that actually happened. The mob raids that are happening in Egypt and Tahrir, like women get gang raped by more than 50 men at once. Like they get raped, like using their fingers and everything.
It's horrible.
So it's terrible. So
do you bring out these things in the play?
Yes.
It's in the play. So do come and watch. I can't really spoil the whole thing. But
okay, I know we do not want you to spoil it for us, because I know we want to show up and then watch it. But we need a bit of more details about it. Yes. In this particular play, how does it address sexual harassment? What are some of the scenes in there that people should look forward to watching that address sexual harassment and rape?
Okay, Sandra, you asked a very important question to do with the why Niqabi Ninja.
Yes.
And I pushed it to her because we have two characters in this play, Hannah and her alter ego, known as Niqabi Ninja. So Hannah is like you, but in you there is a ninja. In every person there is a ninja in them who is quiet, who is always... So the play pushes that ninja out of you, so that now you stop this sexual harassment, you stop anybody who has been looking at you in a certain way. You get, and she is the ninja in the play. Okay, Rehema, who is Hannah, she's Hannah, she's quiet, okay? But then the ninja comes out of her and then says, enough is enough.
So, to the ninja, how does it feel being a ninja in the play?
Oh, it feels awesome because we have some.
Do you relate? Do you relate with the character that you were given? How is your relationship with that person when you're acting? How do you feel exactly?
I definitely like resonate with the character, but like when I got the script and when I auditioned for, I was like, okay, for this character, because Niqabi
Did you know
Ninja is
about sexual harassment and rape before?
Yes, because like back home where I work, we are in like human rights and all of that, and we sort of like delve in sexual harassment. So for me, it really resonated to me. But at first, for me, sexual harassment was just like something that you're like, oh, we need to do this, we need to. But with Niqabi Ninja now, she's very unapologetic. She's not. She's like, no nonsense.
Yeah. So she won't allow somebody to sexually harass them.
No, not even.
She fights for us.
Your ninja fights.
She's unapologetic. She's saying, let's dive into this face to face, no matter what happens.
And I think that is something that both you and I would really want to watch, not only to just enjoy, but also to learn how you can defend yourself in case someone sexually harasses you. And it is something that can happen. You know, I actually asked for the different forms of sexual harassment, and they mentioned someone just looking at you for a long time until you're uncomfortable. And I'm sure something like that has happened to maybe you or touching you,
hugging you when you've not called them to do that.
Yes. So all these different forms of sexual harassment, if you didn't know, you're actually doing it, and you should probably stop. So over to you, Lisa. Why? I don't want to sound rude by saying why in our country. I was about to say why in our country, but why? You're from Zimbabwe.
Yes.
How do you find yourself in Uganda, and more so in a play that addresses issues to do with sexual harassment and rape?
I think also the first thing I would say is a good working relationship with Adong Judith, who's like a great director. I first met her in 2017.
Okay.
That's how I got to work with her. So I'm just like really so grateful for her just giving me the opportunity and trusting me with the character like this year, because it's an apprenticeship, director's apprenticeship. It's like yearly. It's like for training. It's an annual thing for training directors. And for me, it was just like an opportunity that was given to me to also just express myself as an artist, as well as just addressing the whole issue of sexual harassment.
But we could give it to her that she is an amazing actress. So as producers, we are looking for the best. We are looking for the best. She may not say that, but we look for the best. And if we fail to get the best here in Uganda, we shall cross the borders.
But I have to tell you, Mr. Producer, that we do have some talent in Uganda. You probably did look hard enough.
We audition.
And people didn't show up.
It's not showing up. If they show up, then they are not up to the mark. They need to put in some work.
So also maybe that brings us to another thing that Ugandans need to, we as ourselves, we need to remember that theatre plays are important.
Very, very important. This is a very demanding role that you do not take for granted. And therefore, we looked for the best here. We couldn't. And it's a challenge to the industry. It's a challenge to the artists out there, the actors and actresses there, that we shall always. This is not the first time. Another time we had to fly an actor all the way from the US. All the way from the US. So all we are saying, because for us we are not confined to just Uganda, this is art. This is art, and we want the best. When you come to watch the play, you want to get the best. You want to get value for money. And you won't ask, is she Zimbabwean or what? No. You want that Niqabi Ninja role comes out. And therefore, if we cannot get that out of the way, we shall definitely cross the borders. Okay,
thank you for crossing the borders to come all over to Uganda to make sure that you address such an issue in Uganda. But maybe to someone that is watching, he or she could be wondering, how long is this play? And on what days is it going to be staged? And where exactly? You know, all those different things. So you could tell us more about that.
Okay,
the producer. Great. We have so far had 3 shows that have been happening at the National Theatre. We premiered last Friday today's Friday, last Friday. Then we had a show on Saturday and Sunday last weekend. Now we have 2 more shows. 2 more shows today and tomorrow. Today, Friday, we have 2 more shows, today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday. And then we shall close Niqabi Ninja. So
When you talk about shows, is
Yes.
she acting in these different shows in every single day?
Every day we have a show. We have a
When you have a
Niqabi
show.
Ninja production or a show.
And it is her.
She acts in it.
You're physically acting.
We are acting on stage at the
Interesting.
National Theatre. When we talk about the
how is that
National
for you? Isn't it hectic? You're acting, you're, doing all the... When I see ninja, when I see ninja, all that comes to mind is someone is probably fighting, someone is doing something. So how isn't it hectic for you?
Not at all, but I would say like during the rehearsal, like just learning the martial arts, because trust me, I am the laziest person. So, but because I always say, like, this seems like a cliche to say like practice makes perfect.
Yes.
But the more you practice, the more you get into it, because the body is like a creature of habit. Once you get into something, I sort of like start enjoying. The moment I say my first lines, I'm like gone. I start enjoying myself. So the more I do it, the more.
I'm really so intrigued.
Yeah.
Is there something that you can do for us? Ninja is in my head.
He brought you the ninja.
Ninja is in my head, and I do not know how to get it out, but I feel like I want to. I really wish the public and I could have a clip of like a moment, so that we see what exactly we mean. We need people to know that Niqabi Ninja is something very interesting, because I'm already interested in this.
Okay.
Is there anything you can do, or probably 1-2 lines that you're doing in this Niqabi Ninja?
Okay.
Like lines.
Get into the moment of the ninja.
Am I allowed, my producer, to say my
You're allowed for that moment, yes.
Well, I would have loved to do the martial arts, but I'm still in the
Martial arts.
Yes. What can I say?
I don't know. That moment that will bring the ninja out of that lady and also speak to us men to stop the sexual harassment. It's very important.
So I'll just say, every night I will hunt one of you down.
Ooh, I'm scared.
Every night.
Every night I'll hunt all of you, one of you.
One of you.
Yes.
One of you. Interesting.
Yes. So yeah.
I think all of us should really show up for this Niqabi Ninja. It seems like a very interesting play.
It doesn't seem.
It is.
It is an amazing.
In fact, it's an amazing. Apologies. Let's talk about. Of course, everything has to come at a cost.
Yes.
So it's not for free. Okay?
True.
Yeah. So how much does one need to have on their pocket to be able to enjoy this play?
If you want to enjoy this kind of play, we have just given away this play. That much I'll tell you. Only 20,000 shillings. Only 20,000 shillings.
How long is it?
It is 1 and 15 minutes.
Okay.
We start at 7:30 sharp. Whether we have one person in the auditorium, we start on time. That is something that has been known. And the moment we get in, we close the gate. So if you don't keep time, you're gone.
So 7:30.
7:30,
anyone that wants to watch
20,000.
Niqabi Ninja, that wants to get all the skills, the martial arts that you need to stay away to fight all those people sexually harassing you, make sure you're at the Uganda National Theatre at 7:30 p.m. because if you come just 1 minute past 7:30, you won't get all those skills that you'll just get in one play. Thank you, lady and gentlemen, for coming to our studios this morning. It's been exciting to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
So much for having us.
And out to all our viewers watching us from different parts of the country, online, on social media, everywhere, we just want to thank you for joining us in this Take Note. I hope you were able to take some notes on how to address any sexual harassment that comes your end. And of course, rape as well is involved, but we want to say that as to the men, I know the women will also do it, but it's very rare to see a woman staring at a man for a very long time and make them uncomfortable. Usually it is the men that do it, but we are not putting it on the men. We are not putting it on the men. I can hear you. We are not putting it on the men. It happens, and we do realize that this is an issue that happens in the workplace, that happens in the market, that can even happen at home, you know. So these are different things that could be addressed in just one place. So please make it to Uganda National Theatre for the Niqabi Ninja play. Good morning. You're still watching Morning at NTV.